Okay guys, I'm going to tell you a wee variation on the black boar. Now, the hook on the vise is a size 10 Partridge Patriot double. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 80 in black. So I'm just going to come in and get the thread started a few mil behind the eye of the hook. Run on a few turns of thread. Just remove the waste tag of thread. Now, the tag at the back is going to be an oval silver tinsel and small. If you're using Vineyards oval silver, that's a size 14. So got a bit off here. Just going to catch it in underneath the hook shank, then bring the oval silver tinsel underneath the hook. We'll just run our thread down, tying this in. Now I'm just going to bring my thread down. Once I let the bobbin go, it's in line with the point of the hook. And then I'm going to come around with 4 turns of the oval silver tinsel to create the tag. And on my 5th turn, bring it up and in between the 2 hooks. Now, just going to keep this on underneath. Just run my thread up. And people will say it's a bit of a waste, but this makes for a far stronger fly. That's the point. You don't want to be at the vise when the fishing season's on. You want to be out fishing. So you want your flies to last. Now, just bring the thread down, back down, tight up against the tag. Just let me get this out of the way. Okay, now the tail in the fly. On the original pattern, it was ruby red Chinese boar bristles. This is a patch dyed sunburst. Okay, so we'll just take off just looking, right now, many boar bristles that you like to see in your fly. It all depends. Like I say, sometimes how heavy you like it dressed, but you know, half a dozen is plenty. Just come in and trim these away. Now, do you see the fluff at the bottom of the boar bristles? Don't throw that out. That's pig's wool. That's a lovely translucent dubbing. So just set that to the side. Get yourself a wee packet, wee plastic packet to put that in. Don't be throwing it out. It's good dubbing. Now, we've got our boar bristles here. And I'm going to put these on. I want these, just want to put these on as they come to me. I'm not looking to curve them up and all this good stuff. Just going to get some sort of measurement here and put them on about twice the length of the hook over the back. Come around with a pinch and loop. And a couple of tight turns to secure. And then come in and trim this the length of the body. Now on top of that, I'm going to put in some black bucktail. Now not too much, just a small amount of black bucktail. I'm just going to stack this in my hand. Just get it leveled up, just to level the tips up. We're not looking to get it perfect. Happy enough with that now. I'm going to have this less than the length of the boar bristles. So just hold it on top again, come around with a pinch and loop, a couple of tight turns to secure, and then come in and trim this a bit of a tapered cut, the length of the body. Now I'm going to put some flesh in the tail. I'm just going to put in a couple of strands of orange micro flesh. I'm just going to get 2 strands here. Now this pattern, the black boar, the original pattern, was devised by a gentleman called Phil Walker. Now we'll just get our, right, not happy with the way they are, so I'm just going to square them off. So we'll just offer the flesh up into the tail. So the black boar was devised by a gentleman called Phil Walker. Just folding these back. And it was new shrimp patterns at the time using the boar bristles. I think we'll go back to about 2002, 2003, something like that. Now, I'm just going to run my thread on up, tying in our cut ends. Right the whole way up, and then work the thread back down. Now the body. You can use holographic silver tinsel. What I'm going to use is this uni mailer in size 12. So we'll just come in and take a length of that. And you will, if you tie salmon flies or fish for salmon, you'll know that there's a range of called the pot belly pigs that use the boar bristle. Now I'm just tying this in on my side with the gold side facing myself. So we're looking at the silver side. I'm just going to run my thread up, tying this in nice and tight. Don't want any lumps and bumps in the body, and try and get it as smooth as you can. Right, just come round, one nice tight square turn onto the tail, and then one turn overlapping the other. If you like you can put some super glue or varnish on that, on the body. I don't bother. I think it's tied in well enough that I don't need super glue and varnish. I'm just going to come in and trim away the excess. Then I'm going to bring up my rib. I'm looking 4 turns of the oval silver tinsel onto the body. You could use wire for the rib of the body as well, maybe last a wee bit longer if you use wire. Now, I'm just going to tighten that up, come in, trim away the excess. Now the wing is grey squirrel tail dyed black. So we'll just come in, get a pinch of the grey squirrel tail dyed black for the wing, trim this away. I'm going to stack this. I like to stack the squirrel. So let's get the hair stacker. Put into the hair stacker tips first. Give us a rattle on the desk. All the tips have lined up. Take it out of the hair stacker. Now, I want my wing coming halfway into the tail to there. Now, I'm going to take a measurement to get the other scissors and then just trim this over the bin. Then I want to come in and get this close to the shank of the hook as I can. I'm going to come around with a pinch and loop, and then another. And I'm going to take tight turns now, just to hold the squirrel in place. Okay. Now there's just a couple of wee fibres here that have managed to squirm their way down. Now I'm going to put a couple of strands of flesh on top of that. You don't have to do this. It's not in any of the boar patterns, flesh in the wing, but I'm just going to use the 2 strands that I use for the tail. I'm just going to put a couple into the wing. Right with a pinch and loop, another turn to hold. I'm going to fold them back, a couple of turns back over. Now, I'm going to leave them all in. Just going to trim these to length. And then on top of that, you want a tippet feather. Now, this is just a tippet feather dyed red. You can use a natural, or you could use a one dyed sunburst, or whatever you have. Now, all I'm going to do is just take away some of the rubbish at the bottom, and then I'm just going to roll this in my finger and thumb. I'm going to offer it up now. I only want this half the length of the tail, or a wee bit slightly longer. Secure that in. Okay. Just want to see what way we're sitting here. Just get it to sit nice. And then we'll come in and trim away the excess. And we'll take our thread turns down over the cut ends. And back up. Now there's a throat of squirrel. So we'll just go back to our black squirrel here again. Put a wee throat in. Just take a small pinch. You'll know if you put too much squirrel on, because it'll not look great on the hook, and you'll not be able to tie it in. So I'm just going to stack this again. Get rid of the hair stanger. Just want this coming back. I like to tie it in. You can tie it in short, but I like to tie it in much the same length as the wing on top. So just get the measurement here. And I'm going to come around, I'm going to pinch and loop up the way. Get a couple of tight turns in. Just going to spin my face around here and just touch these with my thumb to open up the squirrel. Then I'm going to come in with a nice pair of sharp scissors and trim the excess. Now, squirrel has a tendency to pull out, and the reason why I didn't do this on the wing at the top was because it was tying in the tippet. But this super glue will soak through. So I'm just going to bring this down over the cut ends of the squirrel. Make sure I'm tying it all in nice and tight. Let me get this background into focus for you. Now, there's a hackle on the fly. And we're looking at a black hand hackle. So I'm just going to get a black hand hackle here. Just a nice one off this cape. Just going to stroke back the fibres to reveal the tip. Offer this up to the hook. Turn to hold. Another turn to secure. I'm going to fold back the tip. Bring my thread turns back up over the hackle and the stem. Now, just come in, you can locate the tip, you can break it away. Now I'm looking 2 turns of the black hand hackle maximum. Oh, that's one. We'll put another one in. That's 2. Now that's plenty. So we'll just hold it there underneath. Follow around with our thread, get it turned into hold. A couple of nice securing turns now. Then come in with your scissors, trim away the excess. Now all we'll have to do is just fold everything back here. Just get everything to sit back for us. And then just build up our head. Now I've tied them before where I've coloured the heads up with Glow Bright Floss number 4, but I'm just going to leave it like this. But you can put the Glow Bright Floss number 4 on, colour the head a wee bit, give it a wee bit more colour. I'm just going to come in whip finish, keep the thread tight, come in, trim away the thread. Now I'm going to just come in, have a wee look at the fly, see what way we're sitting. Okay, happy enough with that. First coat onto the head, super glue. Right the whole way right round. And then once that's dried, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish just to seal the super glue up, make the head a wee bit more shiny. So there you go, guys. Excuse me, that's a variant on the black boar, and the only thing different is that I've just changed the boar bristles at the back to a sunburst rather than a ruby red. So look, give the fly a wee go. It's a good fly, it's effective all year round. It'll work in any water type, and hopefully it can catch you a few fish. Thanks for watching the video.